Morning, every one of us, especially to the panel of this research congress. I am Mr. Renato V. Balonot, together with my co-author, Edlord Tortuga. This research study is entitled Effectiveness of External References, Xref Method in Teaching Computer Design and CAD Drawing Preparation. We all know this AutoCAD is vital for the design industry, and it is a standard software used by the industry. And we all know that drawings is the language of industry. That is why I conducted this research to address the lack of expertise that could affect individuals. Like what's shown in the picture, that this guy is being upset because his job application was being rejected, and also this guy was being kicked out of his job because of the lack of expertise in AutoCAD, and also the simple mistake of a draftsman because of the lack of expertise. It might result on this case. You cannot open the two drawers at the same time. Also, these stairs. This is a waste of money and time, effort, and it is a big problem for the company. Only cost is just a minor cost or the minor mistake of an AutoCAD draftsman. And the worst case scenario is this catastrophic event, the collapse of the building because of minor mistake of an AutoCAD draftsman. The lack of expertise in the drawing in AutoCAD. Now, I've conducted this research study to address those problems. I would like to test that Xref is very beneficial for our students in universities. So there's a published book entitled Mastering AutoCAD 2010 and AutoCAD LT 2010, and up and running with AutoCAD 2013, 2D and 3D drawing and modeling. It was mentioned that the use of Xref and the comparison between external references and blocks published by Omura in 2011, and mentioned also that the benefits of Xref in doing CAD drafting published by Gindis 2012. And it was also mentioned that dynamic blocks a way to increase the capabilities of AutoCAD meant to facilitate completion of some repetitive drafting tasks. So if we use this Xref method, we can address those repetitive tasks. Now, our objectives is to determine the level of skills of the students in computer aided design, to determine the significant difference between the pretest scores of the control group and the experimental group, and to determine the significant difference between the pretest and post-test scores of the control group, to determine the significant difference of the pretest and the post-test scores on CAD drafting of the experimental group, to determine the significant difference on the post-test of the control group and experimental group, to determine the significant difference between the main game score of the control group and the experimental group. This is the conceptual framework. So we have pretest and post-test. Now our methodology. This is a quasi-experimental study. We have 60 engineering student or respondents. We have a diagnostic test for this 30 control group. We divided into two groups. We have the control groups and the experimental group. So we have pre-tests. We use rubrics, and from post-test, a pre-test to post-test, and we use rubrics for scoring. Then we use these materials, the simple floor plan that you are going to draw in AutoCAD by use of traditional method and Xref method. So those are our materials. So this is our rubrics. Complete the criteria are completeness, graphically accurate, use proper design rules, proper dimensioning, proper use of CAD features. So example, if we the more than meet the standard, if they have score 15 to 24, so they meet the standards. So this is our simple floor plan that you are going to draw in the AutoCAD. Now this is the example of the procedure for scoring. Example for this is for completeness. So if they will be scored according to the numbers of drawing that they completed in the floor plan. So example, if they drawn completely the table, so they will be given score 1 point. So these are for the graphically accurate. If they accurately drawn the any of this floor plan, so they will be scored according to their graphically accurate drawn. So those are some of the criteria. Now, after the pretest, the test of level of expertise of the students who took the pretest in computer aided design shows that they does not meet the standards in terms of level of skills. Figure 3 scores of interpretation skills. So we have 121 to 150 points, more than meet the standards. We have 90 to 120 points, meet the standards. So 90 points does not meet the standards. Now during the test for the significant difference between the pretest scores of the control group and the experimental group, so the data shows that there is no significant difference. Okay, so the test for significant of difference for effectiveness of traditional method in teaching CAD from computed pretest scores versus the post-test scores of the traditional method. So there is already an intervention in this post-test. Before they take the post-test, we have conducted already the intervention. So we teach the students with traditional method. So each of the data shows that there is also significant difference in the post-test scores. Now, test for significant difference for effectiveness of the Xref method teaching CAD drawing in computer pretest scores versus the post-test scores of the Xref method. So it shows also that after the pretest, there is an intervention. We conducted the Xref. We teach the Xref method for the students, and there is quite big significant difference for the Xref method. Now, test for significant difference for effective of teaching traditional method and from computed post-test scores of control group versus experimental group. So the post-test of the level of expertise, the experimental group, it shows that the main gain that it has big significant difference compared to the control group. We have the main for the control group, we have 48.27, while the experimental group got 78.03 main result. So it has quite big difference, significant difference. The test main gain of the significant difference of the effectiveness of traditional method and Xref of teaching CAD from computed t-scores of traditional method versus the Xref. So effectiveness. So it shows that the data showed that Xref method is quite effective than to the traditional method. So it has a significant difference. So compared to 23 to 53.72 of the main gain. Now the conclusion, CAD skill, we need this one. So control group in the pretest is, and experimental group is good. We have 1 thumbs up. And during the traditional method, post test and Xref method, we have in the post test we have 1 thumbs up for the control group and 2 thumbs up for the Xref method. Now, conclusion is experimental group Xref method is quite performed well after the post test. Now, recommendations is we need to use this Xref method in teaching AutoCAD for our class. So we can use Xref file, a JPEG format, not editable file, so which I use this in this research study. But we can also use drawing format. It is an editable file. So Xref method is effective for single user as well as effective for multi-user. Are recommended for multi-user by the use of Xref server. That's all. Thank you.